have the two children. It's okay. Off your mind, it's okay. Off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the mass.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them Maiyegun today.
Bó bá ṣe rere, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe rere, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Read the caption of the broadcast. Read the description as well. The body of the whole thing, right? Share the broadcast, okay? Like the video. Subscribe to my channel. We crossed 87,000 subscribers on YouTube today. Let's make up the numbers, right? Share the broadcast.
Làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Kalu rang a bell, the closing bell at the New York Stock Exchange, and that is the NASDAQ titled, right? And the same stock exchange that has been making profits before Kalu walked in. And the moment, by the moment Kalu was ringing the bell, the entire stock exchange, they started losing money. Kalu went to New York Stock Exchange, telling them that they can come and invest in Nigeria. Then he started lying to them. He said subsidy has been removed, by a record which all these stock brokers actually have on their own palm. No matter what lie Kalu is willing to tell, they discovered that Nigeria spent 186 billion naira on subsidy. The same one Kalu told them, I am of something. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live. I bet you have done your own part before we kind of delve fully into this. You can rig elections, okay? You can compromise your way to power. And at the same time, you can use propaganda to cover up your track for a while. But you can never use propaganda, lies, to run a country. Because while you are using propaganda and lies, what is genuinely meant to be done are left undone. And as you are leaving them undone, as they continue to deteriorate, of course, you will be called out and your propaganda may not be able to work for you at the time. Most of the time, when they are now called out on their lies and the consequences of all those lies, they turned it around to gaslight you, saying, you don't wish the country well. Why do you not kind of want to pray for the country? And all other different kind of blackmailing, gaslighting nonsense from these unity beggars, the Nigerians. If you leave what is meant to be done undone, of course, it's going to catch up on you. When it catches up on you and you fail to take responsibility, trust me, even the best of the best propagandists in history, Joseph Goebbels of the Nazi Germany, will not be able to twist it around. There must be something that goes into there's some work that needs to go into governance before propaganda can finish the rest. You can't lie your way into changing the lives of the people that you're actually like destroying every day. Now, let me tell you this. There's nothing special about ringing a bell, okay? At the NASDAQ, whatever, New York Stock Exchange, okay? Usually, it is not meant for everybody, okay? Maybe because they were kind of, initially we knew that they said he's been invited to come and ring the closing bell. Okay, fine, but there's nothing special about it, okay? Ohando is also quoted at this New York Exchange, Stock Exchange, okay? Ohando Petroleum, owned by Thiefnubu, which we believe is kind of, related to Thiefnubu by name, all right? Not by blood, okay? So, he, as a member of that stock exchange, right, he could request, okay, for the ringing of the bell. It's not new. But you see, useless people with no real plan, okay? After the embarrassing show at the United Nations General Assembly in New York just a few days ago, where they made it kind of so much like something important that Thiefnubu is going there to do. They started listening out things and people that can't wait to see Thiefnubu, world leaders. We don't see any world leader anywhere. Sure you get. Even Biden, that they claimed invited him personally, avoided him at the UNGA, the United Nations General Assembly. So why do they then have to turn around? NTA Nigeria tweeted this. President Thiefnubu becomes the first ever African leader to ring closing bell at NASDAQ, whose large scale, pay attention to the word they are using, so that they can kind of mesmerize the mumus in Nigeria, the unboot slaves, the sophisticated morons in Nigeria, with big word. Take a look. Read that, Abi. Said whose large-scale investment at the Nigeria-US Executive Business Roundtable. There is absolutely nothing like that. There's nothing like a Nigeria-US Executive Business nonsense. No. Okay? However, you see that lie. Take a look at this. What can you see? I decided to match all this together, okay? You see, when you put things like this, unprovoked, okay, when it is mostly substanceless, the first African leader. So who be Jonathan? First Bayelsa leader. Even if we say DJ Kupi, ordinary DJ Kupi, right? Whose papa, Otedola, also happened to be an oil magnate. Also used his own, our own father's influence to get an invite to go and ring a bell. That bell is just something like, it's like a tradition, right? So it's nothing special, okay? But somehow, because they have been doing it for like, it's become a tradition, right? So a lot of people kind of feel like, okay, yeah. For example, if you join, if your company is listed, all right, for the first time, okay? So, and you make a request that for your investors to know that now this is it. So you can go on there and ring the opening bell or the closing bell. Sure, you get. Also, although they have some significance they attach to all this opening and closing, but there's no big deal. Sure, you get. But it is also an avenue. One good thing is this, one big deal is this. It is an avenue, right, to talk about your business. For example, the number one ambassador for a country, the number one marketer, somebody who actually number one ambassador for your country is your president. Okay, everywhere he goes, right, he has to project the opportunities, the this, the that in your country. Sure, you get. Is number one ambassador, and using that platform of $1 trillion, kind of stock exchange to tell them about Nigeria. It's also an opportunity to also meet some of them one-on-one, give them reassurance one-on-one, and say, listen, if I tell you to come to Nigeria, it's because I am the president. Whatever you will need to settle down and create jobs and start your business in Nigeria, I will give you. Okay? Talk to my team if you are coming. So it's also an avenue to sell. So it's all right. That's one big deal about it. But there's no point in lying about it. There's nothing like the first African leader. Do you really think this is 1999? Propaganda can't change anything because what happened is that it actually sort of flopped. I'll get to that. Are you with me? So, just like the G20, the Akolu went and was standing like a security guard. All right? At some point. Anyway, it's the same thing with the United Nations, which he just went. Apart from addressing an empty room, the purpose is to look for legitimacy. A lot of people believe that Thiefnubu and his foreign trip and so many other jargons he's been saying, they are just pretty much like he's hustling for legitimacy. Okay? He's trying to be like, please take me, please take me, please pick me, pick me. I am this, I am, look at me. Okay? I'm not as bad as they are saying. I am not what they said I am. Take a look, right? Pretty much like that. Okay? Now, after going to, just after ringing the bell, crashing their market at the New York Stock Exchange, they lost money. Okay? The trading, that was profiting before he came in. By the time Kalu rang the bell, ladies and gentlemen, they started going down. And this is not a makeup. It happened. All right? You can say it's coincidence out there. No be so now they push and push Bokwari at the time, that bad luck. That evil thing. You were pushing and pushing until it destroyed millions of lives. Where is it today? You are pushing another relic. Okay? A geriatric, Abi, what they call them, Abi. So the same Thiefnubu, this is another part. To those of you, Abrodian Lagos Abobakus, Abrodian Agbadorians, those of you who are loving Nigeria from abroad, when Kalu had a chance of addressing you in America, he said, they need you back home. Do you know that after this call, that Thiefnubu has called all of you who have refused to relocate back to Nigeria since 2015, that you have been lying to those mumus in Nigeria, that Rome was not built in a day. They should wait and they should endure. Tens of thousands of them have died needlessly, most of them violently. A lot of you have kept your families away from Nigeria. You have kept your businesses away from Nigeria. Some of you have sort of stayed away, in fact, from Nigeria. But on social media, you are those who are deceiving the born to suffer mumus in Nigeria, telling them that NHS, the NHS is bad. In Nigeria, you can have access to healthcare easily. You can easily access the doctor. All this nonsense debate about how much is a loaf of bread in New York, how much is agege bread in Lagos. All those arguments and all of that, we need to put them to an end now. Olori Buruku, you should start packing your bags. You are needed in Nigeria. That Nigeria that you always love from abroad. This is a clarion call on all of you, okay? You don't have to be, living like slave. You know something about this Ashiris? You see those ones who escaped from Nigeria, those ones who actually were like choked by the poverty, the destruction that Nigeria has brought upon majority of them, who now escaped from Nigeria. Some of them took their families away, using the excuses of, I'm going to go and further and do a PhD in how to plant maize. I'm going to Canada to go and continue and do my master on how chicken they give birth. All of them excuses to leave Nigeria. They now left Nigeria. After 6 months, they become a motivational speaker. They will start talking about, how it is so not easy. Do you know how much is house rent in London? Do you know how much is house rent in New York? Do you know how much work you have to do to make money to buy your food? And all the nonsense, motivational nonsense they do from abroad, loving Nigeria from abroad. And those born slaves in Nigeria, they are always there, ready. Thank you, Jare, my brother. Thank you. Some bad people, after leaving Nigeria, they will be badmouthing Nigeria instead of them to be wishing Nigeria well. Can you use 1,000 naira? Can you use 1,000 naira to eat in America? Can you use 1,000 naira to eat breakfast in London? In Nigeria, we are enjoying. These Olori Burukus abroad, when it came up only, let us go back, is they need you at home. Okay? Those of you who are complaining that NHS in the UK, you have to wait for hours. NHS, which NHS? Which UK? I don't even know why. If we remove all this corruption, if we remove all this bad government, Nigeria is the best place to live. In London, you can pack your bags now and go back to Nigeria. Leave those jobs of yours. You will see some of these Olori Burukus as well, which all these countries have given opportunities. Opportunities that Nigeria criminals like Thiefnubu and co. denied them. But after spending 2-3 years, after they have managed to kind of come above poverty, then they begin to analyze. They begin to deceive the wearies in Nigeria, telling them, abroad is now easy. If we remove that 24 hours electricity, Nigeria is the best place to live. You can raise a family with a salary of 200,000 naira in Nigeria. You can shake any cock in the corn, forgetting the fact that majority of Nigerians who actually lives in Nigeria, they live below 1,000 naira a day. You don't get it. The poverty is real, okay? Everybody knows it. Those who made that happen are these rogues, these criminals that will never take responsibility. Now, Kalu said they need you at home, okay? So if you now see Olori Bruku and Olori Bruku living in Ireland, living in UK, Canada, or America, telling you that you are enemy of Nigeria, okay? Nigeria is better. Just cost them. Olori Bruku ni won. They know the truth. None of them would ever, and say because they love, okay, they love Thiefnubu. The Thiefnubu is now calling you to come back home. Would you not listen to him? Do you not trust him? No. Nikure. One by one, Nikure. You know the truth. You will never, for the fact that you have managed to leave that place, you will never, every day, a lot of you are following what is happening in Nigeria. Okay? But yet, that same every day, you are thanking God that you have left Nigeria. A lot of you. And then you'll be pretending on social media. I am even tired of abroad. I'm tired of abroad. I'm planning to go back to deceive the Ashiri, the born to suffer ones in Nigeria. Now, Kalu is calling you to come back home. At least, from what is said at the New York Stock Exchange, Baba, he definitely has a plan for you. I'll show you the video. Today, yesterday, when you went there to go and ring a bell. Now, I think it all started there from this. Let's use this.
Everyone excited to be here? Woo! Well, I'm Karen Snow, Global Head of Listings here at NASDAQ, and it's my pleasure to welcome you all to NASDAQ Market Site, located in one of the world's most iconic destinations, the crossroads of the world in Times Square. Every year when the UN General Assembly convenes and the world's leaders gather in Midtown in an effort to strengthen global peace and prosperity, we get to prove it. At NASDAQ, as the world's leading global listing exchange and capital markets technology provider, we have the privilege of hosting world leaders. And this afternoon, I'm honored to present the Honorable Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, along with Scott Eisner, President of the U.S. Africa Business Center and Senior Vice President of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. President Tinubu is the 16th President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria after his inauguration on May 29, 2023. An experienced politician and elected official, President Tinubu has previously the executive governor of Lagos State from 1999 to 2007. As a result of his effective leadership as governor, he was named the best governor in Nigeria by the Nigerian-Belgian Chamber of Commerce, as well as receiving several other awards. Congratulations. Nigeria is a multi-ethnic and culturally diverse federation which represents the largest population and economy in Africa, and NASDAQ and the NGX, the Nigerian Stock Exchange, have worked together for decades, providing the Nigerian exchange with state-of-the-art technology. President Tinubu, this is an honor to have you here today with us, and we look forward to continuing to support the Nigerian Exchange Group and to its growing relationship with the leadership, companies, and people of Nigeria. Now, please join me in welcoming the Honorable Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Scott Eisner to the podium for further remarks.
Welcome, everyone. The U.S. Chamber for over 100 years has stood beside businesses across this country, but across the world, to open new doors.
I'm gone. I think I didn't pick the right clip, the long one, okay? Sorry about that, okay? We're going to take that again, right? Because I want to capture where Thiefnubu also spoke so that you can hear what he said just at the place and how it all went. I'm sorry, I have to take that again. Sorry about that. Let's go.
Good afternoon. Is everyone excited to be here? Woo! Well, I'm Karen Snow, Global Head of Listings here at NASDAQ, and it's my pleasure to welcome you all to NASDAQ Market Site, located in one of the world's most iconic destinations, the crossroads of the world in Times Square. Every year when the UN General Assembly convenes and the world's leaders gather in Midtown in an effort to strengthen global peace and prosperity, we get to prove it. At NASDAQ, as the world's leading global listing exchange and capital markets technology provider, we have the privilege of hosting world leaders. And this afternoon, I'm honored to present the Honorable Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, along with Scott Eisner, President of the U.S. Africa Business Center and Senior Vice President of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. President Tinubu is the 16th President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria after his inauguration on May 29, 2023. An experienced politician and elected official, President Tinubu has previously the executive governor of Lagos State from 1999 to 2007. As a result of his effective leadership as governor, he was named the best governor in Nigeria by the Nigerian-Belgian Chamber of Commerce, as well as receiving several other awards. Congratulations. Nigeria is a multi-ethnic and culturally diverse federation which represents the largest population and economy in Africa, and NASDAQ and the NGX, the Nigerian Stock Exchange, have worked together for decades, providing the Nigerian exchange with state-of-the-art technology. President Tinubu, this is an honor to have you here today with us, and we look forward to continuing to support the Nigerian Exchange Group and to its growing relationship with the leadership, companies, and people of Nigeria. Now, please join me in welcoming the Honorable Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Scott Eisner to the podium for further remarks.
Welcome, everyone. The U.S. Chamber for over 100 years has stood beside businesses across this country, but across the world, to open new doors and find new trading links and partners. We're so excited for the opportunity to share in the future of the U.S.-Nigeria relationship. At the Chamber, we stand for small and medium-sized enterprises, the actual pillar of what Nigeria is built on. And with the President's vision and his compassion for those that are investing in his community, I think we share in a very bright future to achieve everything that he and our country have in the future. So thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Scott. It's a great honor for me to be here. I am happy to bring Nigeria to your doorsteps and honored that we are here today with a bubbling market that we evolve. West Africa sub-region, the greatest economy is Nigeria. There's an immense opportunity in Nigeria that you can invest your money without fear. We've removed a lot of bottlenecks. We've cleared the oil subsidy that is corrupt, and we have also retooled the exchange rate to a reliable, dependable, one-figure floating of the exchange naira. You are free to take in your money and bring out your money. I count on you to invest in Nigeria. Be confident in you.
just get this closing bell, Crystal. We're so honored to have you here with us today.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
You get it? So you could see the desperation for legitimacy. The speech they gave to that lady to read was to tell about Thiefnubu's political this or that. Okay? It's like a packaging. Said that the, what do you call it, NASDAQ building. Okay? And did you pay attention to the numbers that are counting on their head? The moment Kalu stepped on that stage, that number started going into negative, red, minus 1%, minus 1.7%, minus 1.8%, minus 1.9%, then back to minus 1.7%, and all of that, Abi. That's the miracle that quickly happened in there. It is the packaging. So when Kalu now came up, you could tell these are things they probably have been repeating. It's like somebody who wants to go on stage to go and sing, okay? And you start having, you will start rehearsing your line, the lines, you know. Nigeria is indeed the biggest economy in Africa. It could have been probably one of the biggest in the world, if not this cankerworm, these leeches who have decided to bleed that to death. Then he said, come and invest in Nigeria, which is like I told you, he had to sell Nigeria. Then he was telling them, you can bring your money in, you can take your money out. But the Qatar, what do you call them? The Emirates, they can't take their own $11 billion out. That's still a problem. And in this world today, if you see investors, okay, let me tell you this. Those who are investing money, right? People love to invest their money wherever they are going to make money. In fact, if to say they run Nigeria well, these people will be running to Nigeria. You will not know where they are coming from. Because they will know the prospect is going to be something they chase. They know Nigeria is boundless, is a place with a boundless opportunities. But at the same time, the entire leeches, criminals that are in charge of the system, they will frustrate you. You will regret it, except you go dark like them. They know all of this. They know Thiefnubu. They know him very well. And even if Thiefnubu happened to be a Diami, killing people anyhow, doing whatever anyhow. But Nigeria is being run somehow like, you have a stable economy. Your Naira is stable. Your economy is functioning in a way that it is stable. Right? Now them go bring their money. You won't even beg them. They will be running after you. But these people are chasing clout. They are chasing clout. They are chasing legitimacy so that they can take pictures and send us this kind of videos. So they want us to see this kind of videos and start jubilating and say, Omolodo de, Akanbi, Shongodele, Abi Shongolere. in this 2023, this 2023, they are still interested in trying to portray him as somebody who is. They know him. He's a former drug lord, a kleptomaniac, a criminal who has managed to what? To corner the resources of a whole state for over 24 years. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody knows. There are those who have made their own billions through him. They know him. And they know Nigeria. And now Nigeria has been kind of governed. He went there to tell them about subsidy removal. They know that Nigeria foreign reserve is empty. They know what Nigeria did with the foreign reserve. They know everything about Nigeria. So if you want to build confidence, you have to start at home based on the consistency. You have to be very consistent with your policies. But Sheikh Olu is consistent. Since you have seen him since they started, have you seen any consistency? It's lies upon lies upon lies. So many times, unprovoked. You went to UAE. You open up a conversation. You were supposed to open up a dialogue on how to end the old problems, Abi. Now, you haven't even started the conversation, okay? You haven't even laid down the guideline of this conversation, and now it's going to be resolved. There are actually no people in charge discussing this. Then you jump straight. Few minutes after you took picture with their leader, you jump straight on social media to announce that they have lifted the ban with immediate effect. Would they provoke them to lie? So I am somebody, when you lie once, I will never trust you again. Or I would have to manage what I'm going to entrust you with. But when you become a habitual liar, career criminals, like these criminal politicians, you don't tell me anything and say I should take it at its face value. Show madini. Show me. Also, what do you call it? Anyway, so that the bad people could not go say, Maiyegun, what do you mean? What do you mean by anyway, you know what I mean? So they get called out because there's nothing that comes out of their mouth that is true. Nothing. If you pay attention very well, though. And it's not actually hard. They lie again and again and again and again. So where is that give them benefit of the doubt coming from? It is coming from your own vivid imagination that tells you that maybe they mean it. And if they actually mean it, it's going to be better. No. They are born liars. Yes, they are. So Kalu, who didn't tell you that is already paying subsidy again, will soon tell you. Because the $3 billion they said the $3 billion they took, that they were exchanged with crude oil, the money don't finish. Kalu was telling them in America, businessmen that are reading news from all over the world do. Money men, people who actually play with money. They lose money, they make money. That's what they do with their life everywhere all over the world. You went straight to them and you lied to them about your exchange rate, which has also contributed. You floated your currency. A country, giant of Africa, floating a currency, then complaining about speculators. It's the speculators. They say market force will respond. All the jargons they are telling you. The bottom line is that Naira Tifori Gbagbo, the $3 billion they wanted to use to kind of hold it back. If I say the $3 billion, if I say Nairobi B to further hang the Naira. Because Nigeria is in further deficit. Kalu is looking for debt forgiveness, which is not going to get. No, it won't. And they are still looking to kind of borrow more. And the avenue of actually losing the money, he has opened his own. What they have done when they say subsidy is gone is to say Bokwari's subsidy is gone. My own subsidy has come. And now you're going to live with it. Nigeria used to pay $200 billion, 200 billion naira every year for fuel subsidy, and the cheapest oil you can find was in Nigeria, 87 naira per liter. Today, Nigeria is going to be paying over 200 billion naira. In August, just last month, right? Without telling you, they spent over 160 billion naira, also 180 billion naira on subsidy, and you are still buying for 600 naira per liter. So now it's going to be every month. So what Thiefnubu will bring is going to tell you that every month they will be spending about 400 billion on subsidy, or 500 billion. You are still going to buy the fuel at over 1,000 naira per liter. You can go and write that one down. Write it down. You will buy it 1,000 naira per liter or more, okay? And they are still going to be paying subsidy, which is now going to be in trillions, as Bukwari was doing. All right? And it is the same playbook. The result of all of this is that those who are going to tell you that they are going to be refurbishing your refineries, there will be new faces. It is their own turn. They too, they will spend their own billion dollars. You will never see any refinery working. Never. Write it down. It is not wishing you evil. Just take a look at them. It is the same playbook. Lies and lies and lies, because they will never say the truth. It has never been their way. Now, if you want to force them, they say you are blackmailing them. They say you are inciting the public. They say you are you are defaming them. They call you different names in order to kind of possibly jail you or kill you. You cannot be lying and then expecting things to fix itself or fix themselves. It doesn't work that way. Irresponsible people who are messing up the people's lives, and at the same time, they are expected to be praised for at least trying or making effort or taking pictures that shows that they wanted to do it, but they won't. So subsidy is back, okay? And there is no dollar. NNPC claimed, imagine, like, why are you not even worried? Like, Nigerians, why are you not worried that you are reading in the papers? They will say a barrel of crude oil is now $80. Then inside that same paper, they say Nigeria is producing 1.1 million barrels every day. You are not even curious, that how much was that money that was supposed to be coming to Nigeria from crude oil sale every day? How much is that in a month? Who actually gets the money? The NNPC in Nigeria, you will read it in the papers. NNPC in Nigeria failed to remit any money for the past 3 years, for the past 2 years. And a lot of you will read it, you will flip it and go and read something else. Are you not kind of concerned, like, once in a while, to ask yourself, like, she won't shake me for you, or your leaders won't shake me for you? What could be that thing that they have done to hold a lot of millions of people so down that you can't even reason it? It's whatever they say it is. Abi now, 1 million barrels of crude oil every day at the rate of $80 per barrel. Even if now 40% that they give Nigeria as royalty, that's a lot of money every day. How much is that in a month? NNPC received $300 million from crude oil sale. And all of you calm down. Everybody just manage. Everybody just mind their own. Mind their own business. That's what Nigeria is. 1 million barrels a day. Baba, that was small. If 1 million barrels at $80, is that not $80 million a day? Nigeria is making $80 million a day from crude oil sale based on the whatever, yeah? And $80 million a day. Even if they give Nigeria 50%, and those who are extracting that crude oil take 50%, 50% of $80 million, Baba, na $40 million. So $40 million times 10 days, see, that's $400 million. So $400 million, no matter $1.2 billion. So, and that is me just being generous and being kind of a moderator. But NNPC in Nigeria will say they did not remit any money. They did not. And under Bukwari, they were printing money to cover that up. Do you know how much $1.2 billion is? If you exchange it with your money, that in itself is over 1 trillion naira. Okay? So if you now have $1.2 billion or more that is coming directly from your oil sale, and it is being kept there as your forex depot, forex reserve. So if businesses and all of them, businessmen, and if they need access to dollars, you already have access to them. Abi, would you not in any way help your naira? Would you not? Would that not help the naira? For 8 years, these criminals looted all of that. They were declaring whatever they could declare. Nobody. These guys were multi-billionaires in dollars, Nigeria money. But they are still parading themselves as the lovers of Nigeria, the debt-ridden Nigeria. Nigeria is over $150 billion in debt. Now, when we were doing the calculation of the stolen crude oil from Nigeria, like a plus or minus, so 8 solid years, Baba, the Nigeria lost over $300 billion to oil fraudsters, smugglers. And these people, they call the subsidy marketers. Over $300 billion went into their hands, not to Nigeria hands. Rather, Nigeria became poorer. Nigerians became more jobless. Poverty became a thing. And here we are today. They are still lying to you, making you believe some people are bringing their money. They are doing this and that. Then you'll be asking yourselves, a year or two from now, how come these people didn't come? How come $1 to naira is now over 1,500 naira to $1? How come this or that? They will still throw it back at you, blame you, like Bokwari did. And a lot of those Olori Brukus that are joined Bokwari to blame you, majority of those are Shiris. They are now the ass lickers, the boot lickers, the crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the all-risers behind Kolu today, using the same rhetoric, gaslighting you, blackmailing you, calling you names every time you want to hold them responsible. I mean, same trick. If you fall for that, that is your fault, not theirs. Because that's what they do best. Irresponsible lot. Liars. You can't really hold them on anything because they lie unprovoked. I woke up this morning. It actually started from last night. Everywhere, Thiefnubu has given Mohbad. You know that Mohbad. Promise. They say Thiefnubu has given Mohbad their son, Liam, 15 million naira. And just like that, the entire media in Nigeria, ladies and gentlemen, they picked the news. You know where the source of the news? The source of the news is coming from that guy that they told not to cry. Remember him? Olusegun. Dare Olusegun. The one appointed by Thiefnubu as his Twitter, special advisor on Twitter. And then Facebook matter. They always call it new media. That is Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So they have special advisors on that. That guy that was crying at the APC, Egbekegbe's convention, before they brought in this Bendu Pastor Redeemu. Sure, you remember? He's working with Thiefnubu now. He woke up from nowhere and then he published a receipt, 15 million naira paid to Liam, Larry Oluwa, this and that. Sheyi Thiefnubu and all Nigeria media. No investigation, no confirmation, no quote from the family if they received anything. No nothing from Sheyi Thiefnubu himself. The special advisor to President of Nigeria, Pablo Escobar of Nigeria, his own special advisor decided to lie to millions of people. Just like that. Unprovoked. No reason for it. No reason at all. Just the same way, Akuri Nigalailai, also kind of, after taking the pictures of Ekolu, with Ibn Ahmed, the Abikiloru leader, one in Dubai. I can't remember the name of their leader. Ibn Kene Konshaloman, Ibn this, Ibn that. Anyway, Kolu took picture with Ibn Dubai, leader of Dubai. Akuri Nigalailai jumped on the NTA and said, hey, they have lifted the ban on visa with immediate effect. Unprovoked lies. They call them habitual liars. They say, why did you lie? I don't know. I just felt like lying. I mean, There's no reason. Why did you have to lie? Why did you say that? I mean, I don't know why people are reacting like this, at least. But why did you lie? I don't know. I just felt like I should lie. Habitual liars. It is a mental disease. It's a mental health problem. A lot of you don't understand that if you are kind of an habitual liar yourself. Can a big deal? What is the big deal? At least, okay, Thiefnubu cannot give him 15 million. Show she Thiefnubu will give him 15 million. It's different from he has given him 15 million with a fake receipt. Then when you are caught, it's okay, you don't catch me, but how much is 15 million? So she pay for any. In fact, I'm going to request on what is she pay for majority anyway. What's the point? Why do you have to lie? To chase clout. Then the media in Nigeria, breaking news, everybody going to come later, they're going to do shalaye. It's because it's not like that. What happened is, then they deleted the whole post. All Nigeria media that published it, if Thiefnubu giving somebody 15 million naira, they just went solo. So they give her 15 million. Read the next news. You're trouble too much. Go to the next news. That one is the former news now. It no matter anymore. Because we know how this whole thing works. Thiefnubu needs legitimacy. There are already ass leakers due to the situation in Nigeria. Okay, everybody wants a bite. We are not saying you shouldn't have a bite of anything you are sharing there, right? What we are saying is that every action of yours as a government in charge of the affairs of the people, you can't keep lying your ways through that. Because for every day of your action, life of the people are always on the line. In case if you don't know, I don't think you should know. But I mean, I'm just saying. Right? Now, here is the other part. Somebody with the Ozu for legitimacy is called the legitimacy hustler. Okay? Somebody wearing bell, like Alago Ojopagogo, they said is a bell ringer. Okay? But when you ring a bell, it should come with a message. And that message, in this case, is cryptic. All right? Which indeed, the people in New York, investors in New York who lost their money yesterday, they probably will remember something. And that's how things work, you know? If they made money now, if they actually make money, they will be like, oh, it was that time that this call from Nigeria was ringing the bell. Oh, I made $1,000. Oh, I made about $12 million. When that guy started ringing the bell, I'm like, oh my God, this guy is a blessing. I made over $1 million. I made over $10 million. Oh, but yesterday, now loss. They will remember that. And that's actually what Nigerians are experiencing every day under the APC, change of guard, but kept off the same system. Let's go to this part where the news broke, Ladies and gentlemen, as we were waiting here for them to wake up in America, for the Chicago people to wake up, including the Chicago State University, may they come they release everything where we don't wait for since. Now so the court talk say breaking news. As Chicago University, they wake up today, as well as a Chicago court too, and the entire people of Chicago and Illinois and America and the world. Baba, call loose lawyer, don't go serve them. Say, don't release any document. Oh. We don't want you to release this document, sir. This record, sir. We are against it. We are appealing the judgment that said it must be released in 48 hours. Wait. What is he hiding? Even you, where they defend them or follow them, would you know at this point kind of feel like this is actually embarrassing? Okay? Why is he paying people to stop the school he went? The school that has released some of these records are already in public. It's just that the problem is confusion. People don't know whether Thiefnubu is a trans. Because here is the confusion, okay? And there shouldn't have been confusion. a Miss Bola A. Tinubu gained admission into Chicago State University. That is a fact. Female. She was recorded as an American. Okay? And she was born in 1952. Are you following? These records are already in public. The problem is that the person that is now bearing Bola A, which is now called Adekunle or Ahmed, it can be any A, it can be Ajagungbade, Akeolu, Abi, Aramanda. It could be any A. It was Bola A. Tinubu. Bola in Yoruba is a now bisexual name. Bisexual be universal. Anyway, the point is Bola in Yoruba land is actually a name, right? Bought by both sexes, male and female. Abiola, Abimbola. No, Bimbola is different from Biola. Oluwabiola. I don't know. Anyway, you shall know what I'm saying. A boy can be Biola. They say na unisex. A boy can be Biola. A girl can be Biola. But you see that one in the middle. Even though me, I have to say this so. You see that Thiefnubu has made it Ahmed. Okay? Ahmed Tinubu. So what people are now saying is we will get to know the true meaning of that A. Bola A. Tinubu. Female, Miss, American. Born in 1952. But you see this Kalu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is male, Nigerian, not American, not female. And from the record is submitted to the INEC, the electoral body in Nigeria, to run for president of Nigeria. He stated it there with other documents too, that he was born in 1954 as a boy, not as a girl. That whatever the problem with is sex and this conflicting information, that is not his own fault. It could be clerical fault. They say, okay, fine. Even if not clerical fault. If not somebody where they work for Chicago State University made mistake, that's fine. We will discover where the mistake happened and where things change, okay? Let them record you, let them release all the record. No. I don't want them to release. Why? Why now? Ashiwaju? We are okay. I believe you. Shoton, I believe you say you went to Chicago State University. Okay, let us all believe that he went. Let us all believe that there is some error, okay? And that error was made by Chicago State University. That Thiefnubu actually went. Let's agree. Now let us stop doubting him now. Okay? So maybe when we tell him that we agree, we believe you. We just want the Chicago State University to release everything. That's it. So that once and for all, we can put this to our we can put this behind us. Is that not fair? No? No, it's fair. That's fair. Let's agree he went. Okay? So then, don't pay lawyers again. You don't need to pay lawyers. Let them release everything. We want to check something. Who will check everything? Because, see, there's no way. You are just wasting money. Because if you tell Chicago State University not to release them, and they put them on hold not to release it, everything where Chicago University want to release, FBI already go. FBI will release them. October is almost here. And I don't know, maybe they will have to sue FBI too and say, FBI, emergency order, don't release the document. I don't know. I'm just saying. But with the way Joe Biden and the American government treated him on this trip. Omo, I don't think if you stop Chicago University, you'll be able to stop the FBI. 500 document on release next month. 500. As they release them like this, at the stockpile them, bring them to the diary. So what's the point? We believe you. You went there. You didn't do drug in America. You didn't. It's okay. Let them release everything releasable. Let us judge. Let's be the judge. But no, his lawyers are currently at the district court of Illinois in Chicago District Court. They are waiting for Judge Jeffrey Gilbert to come and give another order. They want to ask the court to stop. Court that gave order. They are there again to ask the court to stop the order. Like they always do in Nigeria. What are they hiding? Kilo, a big deal. You don't rig yourself to power. You don't capture the state already. You don't capture all the institutions already. So what are you afraid of again? That we shouldn't know who you are. Aba, we have to. It's a must to. So I am going to continue to encourage Atiku to keep pushing. And everything they drop something. So I don't know if Chicago State University will release a lot for us today now. We are not sure yet. Because his lawyers are there. They are everywhere. If to say it's Nigeria, they would have sent their DSS with guns to that court. And the university. To make sure that nobody release anything. If anybody try to release anything, they will be arrested. But they can't do that in America. So we are waiting for the update on that. That is about Thiefnubu trying to stop the release of his documents. However, ladies and gentlemen, election tribunal abracadabra. You listened to that of the presidential election tribunal and how the abracadabra played out. A lot has been going on as well within all those state election tribunal in Kano. At least you saw what happened in Kano yesterday. I think I actually owe you a bit of an extensive explanation so that you will understand what a rotten system Nigeria represents. And here here you are, you know, the system that is in favor of the highest bidder, the power that be, is not just and all that, okay? This is what you're going to get. The issue of Kwakwansop in Kano and his politics and those who followed his politics. And then what happened in 2023 Charade elections, including how they succeeded in defeating APC, Egbekegbe, in Kano. Then what happened after when Kwakwansop started twerking for Kolu with the expectation of, you know, collapsing the party to APC, Egbekegbe, and just like Wiri Wike, it will be offered a job and then it will become prominent or important again. So that with that, it could use that same clout to continue to maintain its fledgling, dying, political charade. Because all of them are going to all kind of end soon. But somehow, it all ended up as a total miscalculation. Whatever it is that went wrong, whatever it is that played out, Kwakwansop became an internally displaced politician, high DP. It became so bad that after twerking towards Kolu, right, and people were expecting that it was so prominent that they were going to have to sacrifice, or in fact, throw a Gandola, the Babanriga mobile banking CEO of Kano, that was going to be thrown under the bus. And indeed, they said, oh, Kwakwansop, it's a great political nonsense, whatever. Obedience were not giving him any breathing space. When he started twerking towards Kolu, then bang, breaking news. Kwakwansop has been suspended, and in fact, Kwakwansop has been dismissed from his own party. So it later came up as that Kwakwansop was not the owner of NNPP. In fact, the owners were so happy to welcome him, but they didn't know he only wanted to use them as a meal ticket to joining Kolu. But unfortunately, while he was twerking up and down, jumping here and there, when Kolu was in Paris, Kwakwansop boarded the plane, jumped in a plane, and went there to go and twerk for him. When Kolu was in London, the same Kwakwansop also traveled down to London, and he was also there twerking and twerking. He went back to Nigeria. They call him a prominent man and that. Then the announcement came, Kwakwansop has been played. Appointment he won't get. In fact, recommending people for political appointment he won't get as well. In fact, also, that same singular state that he took, or they managed to defeat APC from, they're going to get that back from the tribunal. With that shocker, Kwakwansop started running from pillar to post. It's called Helter Skelter, back and forth. Then Kolu's number, no, they go again. He didn't have access to Kolu anymore. Then fast forward the whole thing to yesterday. The worst happened. They were so prepared. And you know what they did? They decided to fly all of the judges and all of them away, the tribunal people away. They took them somewhere else and they delivered the judgment via Zoom. And that is what is this guy, Shehu Sani, called Zoomdiciary. That's what he called it. The whole drama around the judiciary in Nigeria and election matter, they will shock you beyond your marrows. Zoomdiciary. Such judgment could only be delivered via Zoom. And what is that judgment? According to INEC of Yakubu, NNPP of Kwakwansop, they scored 1.18 million votes, which means 1,180,something votes. So that of APC, Egbekegbe, which scored 850-something votes. Kilo what happened? Abracadabra happened. Okay? According to the judgments, they said 165,000 ballot papers were not signed and stamped. Therefore, the votes were invalid. And where the abracadabra really took place was that it's only the ANPP votes that were not stamped or signed that were voided by the tribunal and got deducted eventually from what they later counted as their final vote. And the NNPP that led and won with over 200,000 votes, they ended up being short of 28,000 votes. Therefore, APC, Egbekegbe, that did not lose one single ballot paper, all right, or voided any from this same tribunal, because who knows? They said this, when I'm going to this, so the abracadabra, I'll tell you that abracadabra now. What happened is that they said the ANPP of Kwakwansop, their own vote, the APC, Egbekegbe of Gandola, that they proved that all of the votes, ballot paper, that they counted for ANPP, they did not stamp it or sign it. INEC did not stamp or sign it. But ANPP did not challenge the votes of APC. So ANPP was supposed to also challenge them so that they can also check if APC votes, ballot papers, were signed or stamped. Because ANPP did not ask the court to also check their own votes too. So they are not checking APC votes. But because APC said they should check the ballot paper of NNPP. And since 160-something thousand were not signed, we have removed it. We would have removed some numbers from the APC too, but you did not ask us to look at it. Therefore, APC won the election by 24,000 votes. You did not win because they did not sign your ballot paper. The votes that gave you the victory. Sorry. That was the judgment. If you think that is hilarious or somehow heartbreaking or disappointing, whatever adjective you want to call it, let me take you to Enugu. That one is even more ridiculous. In Enugu, there is a guy called Peter Umba. Now, Peter Umba is PDP. There's another one called Adeoga of Labour Party. Okay? Apart from the rigging of election, inflating of the figures, they were challenging on his the qualification to run for office after presenting a forged NYSC certificate. So the drama then was, the law said if you forged your certificate, you are to be disqualified. If you have been elected, you are to be removed. The law is very clear. So how would you, and the law also says, if you accuse somebody of forging certificates, you must prove that they forged the certificate. If you can produce the original, that would be great. And if you can actually get the institution that issued the certificate to come and authenticate the certificate, that will even be greater. So it's up to you. What do you want to do to prove that this guy did not qualify to run for office? And in fact, he has run foul of the law, the electoral law, the constitution, and in fact, he must be punished. How do you prove that? Other than going to the same commission that issued the fake certificate. If they actually issued a certificate to him, did he actually serve as the, why do you have to forge a certificate? You don't even need it, per se. To become a governor or president of Nigeria, all you need is your primary school certificate. Just go to primary school. That's all you need. Once you have a primary school certificate, you can be president of Nigeria. You can be governor of any state in Nigeria. You can be a senator. You can be a rep. You can be anything. Now, nonsense, they worry all these mad people that are forging certificates here and there, BSc this, HDP that. And majority of them cannot even prove anything. They said the discipline that they have certificates on, they cannot prove anything. When you look at some of these criminals, they will tell you, this one is an engineer. He never built anything. This one is a professor. He never actually researched or discovered anything. They will say, this one is an army general. He never fought any war. Never. They will tell you, this one is a doctor. Dr. Chris Ngige. He has never practiced medicine. But they all have all these titles in Nigeria because they are as useless as the papers they are printed on. Why are you forging certificates? They brought in NYSC. Did you issue a certificate to Umba? Well, no, we didn't. Here is somebody from the NYSC.
NYSC certificate is a big problem now in Nigeria. In fact, some people came out to say about a certain certificate given to a governor-elect of a state in Nigeria today. And the governor-elect had to go ahead even to sue NYSC. Increasingly, we are having certificate forgery problems. What are you doing to stop that? See, there's also another case. You remember, it was the result of an NYSC debacle that made a former minister of finance in this country resign her position. This constant forgery of NYSC certificate, what happens around the racketeering? What have you done to stop whatever is going on there?
Well, my brother, this case is in court. I may not want to say much, but let me draw your attention. The issue of racketeering in every facet of life is happening in this country. Not only in Nigeria, everywhere So it's not only NYSC. And let me tell you, the issue of the certificate you are talking about, I don't want to talk much about it. They came to NYSC for verification. We said this certificate is not issued from us. I wonder why issue of racketeering will come off when you are talking about elite, somebody who is a graduate, somebody who is well enlightened. You obtain certificate from where? You don't know where you obtain certificate. You don't know how we issue our certificate. So you have problem with certificate. How? You can go and collect certificate on the street. You can go and collect certificate in your room. You don't go and collect certificate in the hotel. You should know better. Please, I don't want to talk much about this. The governor-elect is a lawyer. I am not a lawyer, but I know as a DG NYC, I'm fully aware of this case. He came to me. I told him, I called my director certification. Let me see your certificate. I was so frank and clear to him that this certificate is not from us. I've shown him some few examples just to help him. But he chose to go to court and even to sue whoever is suing. Well, as far as I'm concerned, NYC has not been sued. I'm yet to see any from court. I have not seen anything. All you are saying, or all people are saying, I'm just hearing from outside. I have not received any court order. I have not seen anything. But I bet you we don't tolerate anything certificate racketeering. If it is from any of our staff, we caught you, we hand you over to the law law authority. They will go and
Brigadier General,
they're not from us.
Brigadier General, maybe you should read this day newspaper. There's a story that says Enugu governor-elect Mba sues NYSC, demands 20 billion for alleged fraudulent misrepresentation of facts. Maybe you should read that so that maybe when it comes to your front, you'll be able to.
Do you sue somebody? Do you sue somebody on the pages of newspaper?
No, but it's reported based on the law.
Do you listen to newspaper and act on that one?
Maybe you will get. Once you get it, maybe you'll be able to respond.
So we are waiting for the.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, when we get it, we can respond to it, and we will.
Do you get that? The guy went to court. Okay, hang on. That Adoaga challenging the election, now presenting the NYSC as a witness to come and tell the tribunal that we did not issue that this guy has committed a crime. Instead of the judiciary to back the action with law call. Another court opened and entertained the case. And they said they must, NYSC must not attend the tribunal as a witness. They must not give any testimony. How is that even like a court issued that? The same guy went to court and said, NYSC tarnished his name, is now sued them for 20 billion naira. That's what they do in Nigeria. So, it was time for the tribunal to give his judgment. And today, the tribunal said, even if the certificate of NYSC is fake, it is not their own place to rule it as fake. So far it has been submitted, then it stands and serves the purpose of an NYSC certificate. So it remains, which means the judiciary, the tribunal, actually turned a fake NYSC certificate and originalized it. Turned it to original. Even when the original institution that is issuing the certificate came out and said, this is not from us. The tribunal, election tribunal said, you are saying your own. It is original. Since he has presented this as original, then it is original. That's it. You don't have a case. They thrown out all of the witnesses, all of the evidences. And they said, there is no evidence against the guy. And as usual, the guy put on, he was ready for it. They don't pay. They don't pay. So they just waited for their judgment to be delivered. It don't make sense. People presented evidence. You accepted, you subpoena people. They came to do as witness. Then the time for you to deliver your judgment, you are saying that you cannot use all of their witnesses. You cannot use all the evidence anymore because something, Shasha will not make you use it anymore. Therefore, you are not using the evidence against them. Then in the same breath, as a judge, you are also ruling that they did not prove that his certificate is fake. They did not prove that he forged this or that. And then, you know, like what the same thing they did during the ruling on Thiefnubu is written. So Mba and his boys, I want all of you to join me and work and build the Enugu state. This is a victory for democracy. Victory for Kineko, certificate forger is all messed up.
As you all know, today is indeed a memorable day in the annals of our state. Yes. The Enugu State Election Petition Tribunal has just affirmed the mandate you, Ndi Enugu, freely gave us on the 18th of March this year. This is indeed victory for Ndi Enugu. Yes. It is also victory for democracy. Yes. It is a victory for massive development for Ndi Enugu. Yes. It is a victory for exponential growth for Ndi Enugu. Yes. It is a victory for Enugu's greatness. It is a victory for the ban on Monday's sit at home. Yes. Finally, it is also victory for our determination to restore water in all your homes in the next 68 days. We are thankful to God because we know it would not have been possible without God. Yes. We also want to put on record our deep appreciation to their Lordship for painstakingly dissecting the petitions brought before them and also coming out with a judgment that resonates with the people of Enugu State. A judgment that is fair and just. Indeed, this has reaffirmed our belief in the judiciary as the last hope of the common man. For us, as you know, there is time for everything under the sun. There is time to strive and there is time to unite. Politics is over. It is, as you know, we had begun governance since May 29. Yes. And our arms are open and wide. We beckon on those our brothers we ran this race with to join hands with us to deal with the task ahead, the task of building the Enugu of our dreams. So we are going to be urging you, our supporters, to indeed be magnanimous in victory. Let us all join hands together to build the Enugu of our dream. At the end of the day, Enugu is greater than all of us. We have put ourselves forward to serve in the Enugu. So if the motivation is service, it is now time for us to come together and join hands to deal with the onerous task ahead of us, which is building the Enugu state of our
Ndi Enugu kwenu. Hey. Enugu, yeah, you say Enugu kwenu. Hey. Enugu kwenu. Hey. Undi Enugu kwezenu. Hey. Hey. There is no riot or what have you. Enugu people don't kind of move on, you will say. It is not the same in Kano. Okay? After Zumdiciary, After judiciary delivered their judgment in Kano, then pick race. They can't leave the state for the police. And the police commissioner was like, hey, trying to tell them that we have to declare, I mean, they actually declare curfew in, what do you call it? In Kano because of this election. Let's see if I still have that copy of that clip. Here. I said the curfew. I'm going to go look for that clip where they declare the curfew. But you don't go anywhere. Consider this as a break, okay? Don't go anywhere. I'm still coming back. Thank you very much. Now let's go back to that Kano because I still have a few stuff to share with you before we go tonight. Now declaring that because of election and tribunal judgment, everybody manage and maintain. For Kano now, there is curfew.
Good evenings, good people of Kano State. This is a public announcement on the enforcement of the 24 hours curfew by Kano State government. In view of the constitutional mandate of the Nigeria Police Force, alongside the relevant internal security and law enforcement agencies to preserve the law and order in the state, the Kano State Police Command have mapped out strategies on that direction and call on the good people of the state to give the necessary confidence and support. Going forward, Kano State residents are called upon to note that combined security forces have already been dispatched to the nooks and crannies, including the entry and exits of the state, to ensure enforcement and strict compliance of the 24 hours curfew order as communicated by the Kano State government via a letter with reference number K/SEC/H/435/T.1/153 dated 20th September 2023, taking effect from 6 p.m. of Wednesday to 20th September to 6 p.m. of Thursday, 21st September 2023. Violators will be arrested and made to pay the full wrath of the law. Finally, I wish to appreciate all the peace-loving people of the state and urge them to remain law-abiding, as it is in the best interest of all that we come together to maintain law and order in the state. Thank you very much.
As their commissioner of police. Thank you, 82. Okay, a curfew because of this election or no election. And then the day after, which is said today, this is what it looked like. I was reading where people were saying, oh, they've got very good road. Their roads are better than so many other states in Nigeria. Of course, they've got good roads, especially within the city of Kano. Okay? Well, you would wish that they have the same across the states. It's a different story when you leave the city. And they always, the politicians, these criminal politicians, they know how to do that very well. Okay? When you go to the state capital, it looks like, oh, this place looks nice. Oh, we need a befitting state capital. We need good roads in state capital. We need good traffic control and all of that nonsense they always do. Just travel outside, out of those state capitals, and you feel sorry for people. Even though they don't feel sorry for themselves, so they are fine. No? I mean, Abi, what can you say? So, Peter Obi, you've heard about Peter Mba. There is also Peter Obi. Do I need to? Okay. As you have Peter Obi, there is Peter Mba. But I have spoken about Peter Mba. Now let's go to Peter Obi, where, as usual, he was having his own moment with those who genuinely believe in him, and they call him leader, right? So it was in Kogi. But before Kogi, you can call this, okay, let's go to Kogi first, where he was addressing their supporters. Because they say Kogi governorship election is coming up in about 2 months. Let's go to Kogi, where the obedients have a chance to see their leader in flesh again.
So we have resumed this.
I go stop here because we need to answer like I want to answer. Labour Party. Mama Pekin. Mama Papa Pekin. Labour Party. People of Kogi State, I've listened to your candidate, your next governor. I've listened to the chairman of our party. Why politics is not working in Nigeria is you. It is you that is making politics not to work. It is us that is making it not to work. The reason why we are making it not to work is that we think those people who are giving us money are giving us their money. No, it is your money that they have stolen and I give it to you small. It is your money that stole that are giving you small. It is not their money. What Labour Party is doing in Nigeria is to stop the stealing. We want to stop the stealing and start using the money to improve infrastructure, to improve education, to improve health. That's what Labour Party is doing. Look at the state like Kogi State. I went to see a traditional man in Kogi State this morning, and I told him, and I will repeat it here, Kogi State have every reason to be a rich state. Kogi State have a size of 29,800 square kilometers. Call it 30,000 square kilometers. So Kogi State is same size as Belgium. Kogi State is 7.5 times the size of Dubai. Kogi State is 3 times size of Gambia. Gambia is 33, Kogi is 30. So minus or plus 10% is the same size. Kogi is 1.5 times size of Israel. So Kogi have no reason to be poor. Kogi State is where we have Ajakuta steel. Still today,
is one of the most important things you need in the world. One of the most important natural resources you need in the world today. Every place where they steal today is prospering except Kogi State. Kogi State today have Obajana. Everywhere we have cement facility is prospering except Kogi State. Kogi State will producer of cassava. They want cassava everywhere in the world. They can produce yam, they can produce everything because there's a vast land. But there's poverty everywhere in Kogi State. That poverty can be solved by your vote. That poverty can be solved by your vote. That's what we are preaching in Nigeria. Your candidates have told you. Let them not tell you about they come from here, or you come from here, or you are this religion, or you are that religion. Have you seen anywhere where Muslims buy bread cheaper? No. Is there any place where Christians buy rice cheaper? No. When they come, they tell you the same story. If you go to a petrol station, the same price for Muslims, same price for Christians, same price for everything. When they come to vote, they tell you, oh, he's a Christian, he's a Muslim, he's from this location, from that location. Let me tell you, there's more poverty in the north. Buhari was there for 8 years. There's more insecurity in the north. He was there for 8 years. And that is what is happening now. The problem will be solved when you decide to do the right vote. Our candidates have told you who he is. He has told you the school he went to. He has told you the school he went to. He has told you what he's doing. I say go and that's what we are doing in Labour. We are not saying we are the best, we are professors. But we can tell you the primary school we went to, the secondary school we went to. And if you want, we'll show you our classmates. So we are not into...
Like he's sort of start coming out of his shell now. I could boldly mention Bokwari there. So I mentioned Bokwari's failure instead of just going round and round and throwing figures around that. So don't worry, everybody will get there soon. Okay. So going forward, there's another part where he actually shared other views, which has to do with how the country is being run. Nigeria is being demolished from within. And he shared his view. I want to share that with you before we go further again.
Well, I was here, but I can tell.
Before we get to that, just so you know, I have the copies of Thiefnubu's urgent appeal, okay? Trying to stop them from releasing his school record at the Chicago State University, okay? He has filed, and they said he is currently begging the chief judge there that releasing his document will cause irreparable damages to him. That the judge should please stop the Chicago State University from releasing his documents. Waiting Thiefnubu they hide. Here is part of that copy of, let's see if I can read that out a bit. You see? Say, emergency motion to delay a dispositive ruling issued by the magistrate. Intervenor Bola A. Tinubu requests the court delay the magistrate judge self-effectuating order directing Chicago State University to comply with the applicant's subpoenas starting September 21, which is today, because as the 9th and 10th circuits have concluded, a ruling under 28 USC 1782 is akin to a depositive motion, and the magistrate may only report and recommend to the district judge. Here, the magistrate issued what purports to be a final order on September 19th, requiring immediate compliance. Starting on September 21st, intervener asked this court to enter an immediate order delaying the effect of the magistrate's order, at least until Monday, September 25th. So the court may fully consider both the scope of the magistrate's authority to issue the order without review and the issue of whether the magistrate's order was a correct application of the law to the facts presented. In support of this motion, intervener states as follows. 1. Applicant is challenging an election that occurred in Nigeria in February 2023. 2. Applicant filed his action under 28 USC 1782 on August 2, 2003, 23 rather, after dismissing a similar Illinois State Court action that was originally filed July 11, 2023. 3. The limited time available is therefore due to the applicant's decision to seek information utilizing Section 1782, 6 months after the election concluded. This court referred the applicant's request to issue discovery to the magistrate. After hearing from the parties, on September 19th, the magistrate issued an order requiring Chicago State University to comply with applicant's document request within 2 days by September 21st, and comply with applicant's deposition subpoena 2 days thereafter by September 23rd. So, 6. The order does not report or recommend, rather, it requires compliance with Chicago State University by those deadlines without any action by this court. Intervener was unaware until the issuance of the ruling that the magistrate's intervener is Thiefnubu, by the way. So Thiefnubu was not aware until the issuance of the ruling that the magistrate intended to issue a binding ruling requiring compliance without any action by the court. 7. Considering the nature of application for discovery under 28 USC and 1782, the 9th Circuit concluded a magistrate may only report and recommend to a district judge in CPC Patent Technologies Pty Limited v. Apple Inc. The 9th Circuit held, anyway, there's long list of it, you understand? So this was where they were like asking the court that if they release the document, it's going to cause irreparable damages to Thiefnubu, to Kolu. So the court should wait till Monday. The court should stop the magistrate from that order until Monday, when another court or another judge can then rule on it. So it is kind of afternoon in Chicago right now. They are still fighting it. So we'll see if Thiefnubu will be able to stop the release of his Chicago State University record. What is he hiding? You should be asking yourself, what's he hiding? If there is any time that is the best of the best time for him to put this to an end, it is now. Let them release everything. Release Gbogbo Ejari. Here you get. And then everybody can see that you actually went to the Chicago State University. You are not using Ori Olori, okay? There is no Miss Bola Tinubu anywhere. Let them release it, okay? At worst, they said you claim to be the brilliant student of the university. So what are you hiding? If I went to Chicago State University right now and all of them are going to drag me, say, go there, na lie, na fake, na lie. Or am I going to just tell you Chicago State University to release everything so that I can come back here and say, waka, waka, waka to all of you. What is Thiefnubu hiding? Why is he paying so much that they should keep them away? All right. Add this one. Okay. The Tom and Jerry fight between Obaseki and then Shuaibu in Edo seems to be abating a bit now. What do I mean by that? Obaseki has shown to Shaibu that being quiet, being quiet and looking dull does not mean that he doesn't understand the power he wields as a governor. For those who know their stories very well, Shaibu stood, beside Obaseki when their godfather Oshiomole was trying to kind of get rid of them. Remember? So now it's like they are now kind of chasing themselves here and there. Obaseki chased him out of the governor's supposed official governor's office, then chased him come out there, send them to somewhere in the outskirts of the government proximity as the deputy governor. At a point, they actually locked him out of the place too. He got there, they couldn't let him in. Now, the humiliation and the rest of that, he was worried that Obaseki was planning to remove him. Obaseki was saying that he is impatient and therefore was plotting to get Obaseki completely probably removed, okay, so that he, Shaibu, can have a better chance of being the PDP governorship candidate in their next election. Something that Obaseki said, his impatience has made him to lose that chance. So Obaseki doesn't want him to succeed him. And Shaibu believed that, why can't I succeed you? We're supposed to be in this together. We have been through hell together. You know, that stuff, politics, okay? It led to who get power, who really get the power, who no get the power. But come be like, say, Shaibu don't they tire now. All the media stunt and all of that with Obaseki and the rest of that, the Tom and Jerry fight seems somebody don't they offer truce. And the person they claim was planning to remove Obaseki before Obaseki started to plan to remove him. And then in his fear of being removed, he had to rush to court to stop the State House of Assembly from removing him. Whatever happened between them, whatever went wrong between them, whatever you even know about them, it can't be like, say, Shaibu don't accept fate. He don't the beg Obaseki. I just thought that I don't think it matters most to you, right? Just see them. Here is the apology.
So we have resumed. There's no problem about it. The governor have asked us to go there. We are going. I am, like I always tell people, I am a loyal servant. I am a loyal servant. There's nothing that has changed. I took a personal vow to support my governor, and you can see my Catholic people are here. Everything about me, if I have a vow with God, there's nothing that will change it. And I can only wish that that relationship that we have, I pray, I know in the next few days and weeks, it will come back. I'm missing my governor really, but by the grace of God, I know God will touch the governor's heart and touch all of us. And even those that are trying to be in between, God will touch them to know that I mean well. If there's any mistake that I've made as human, it's just human. It's not out of maybe wickedness, because I'm not wicked. I have a very clean heart. And I will use the medium too to appeal to Mr. Governor. If there's anything that I don't know that I've done, please forgive me, so that we can develop our state together. We have just less than, how many months? Just 1 year to go. We have been the envy of the entire country. It's still possible. So, Mr. Governor, please, if there's anything you feel that I've done, I am sorry. I need us to work together to finish well. So,
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
They take from their mouth to mention God, God this, God that. I know the God of Kiniko. Anyway, I always call them Tom and Jerry. Okay. Now the Edo people go talk waiting them feel about the two of them. But I usually watch them from far. Okay. And Obaseki, a total disappointment. There are so many of them that are actually total disappointment. So everybody just they manage their own failure, whoever is in charge of your state. Because you don't want to ask me where I come from. State. And you know who my governor is? Dubious Dapo. Career 419, career criminal. This one is official. Person we carry, where they get mock shot of him in Miami, in Chicago, in Miami, in Florida. He's the governor of my state. You need to go to my state, Ogun State. Yeah. God damn it, man. But somehow, I mean, it is still pretty much like everybody's kind of taking their own turn, having their own shot. So you need to shoot your shots. If you shoot your shot, it work well for you. Even if you have to leave this place to go to Nigeria and go and rob them, okay? And then once you are done, Baba, just buy a dog. Be like Obiano. Go back to where you come from, where sanity work. And that's what they do to a lot of you. They come back to Nigeria, rob you by pretending that they have learned a lot from abroad. They want to be your governor. They want to be your this or that. Once they have done and left you worse off, they can always come back here. Like Obiano. That is Aguleri Lionel Richie. Okay. You can also call him Onicha Lionel Richie. And that's him there. He's back in the US. And guess what, right? The Anabrarians will tell you that even though he built them international airports, okay? He built them conference center, conference center. And then I don't know, like some said he kept them safe. What I remember every time about Obiano is the fact that Obiano publicly said, in order to bring peace between the people of Anambra and the Fulani herdsmen, they have reached an agreement. If you kill a cow, they will pay you. If you kill a cow, you will pay the herdsman. You will pay him 500,000 naira. I'm sorry, you will pay him 150,000 naira. But you see, if that herdsman vex, say you killing cow, can't kill you, okay? For peace to reign, that herdsman must pay your family 500,000 naira. And he said it inside the church. And everybody shouted, Amen! I won't forget that. That's every time I see Obiano, that's what I remember most. The life of one person at 500,000 naira. 500K. If you kill a cow, you pay 150. If the owner of the cow kills you, they go pay your family 500,000. What? Apart from that, right? Now only the people who live in Anambra, when Obiano was their governor, should be the one to tell me what they think about him. Like, apart from me, what I know about all of them. Now if we talk about if your own criminal is better than my own criminal. I don't tell you about the criminals from my own states. Then be devil in human form. Sure you get. Now only if we talk about yours, okay? But let us go a little bit further as well. And this one is about the Mohbad. They have exhumed his body, and according to the latest police report that I have on my phone, latest police updates, they said that the autopsy has been concluded or completed. Okay, so they dug up his body. They dug up his body for autopsy to determine what really happened to him. Okay, and this has generated a lot of reactions as well. So, which means a lot of people are now kind of more interested. Even outside Nigeria, we have started seeing, artists and all that from all over the world who have also started showing interest on what really happened to him. But I trust Nigeria police, they will bungle it. They will ruin it, okay? And they will never want to take responsibility. So far, so good. They've exhumed the body. They will perform an autopsy on it to determine what really killed Mohbad. Because some people are already speculating that maybe he was buried alive, okay? In fact, there's a particular news that said they are now working on how to actually invite those people that they have been mentioning, okay? all those they believe they are like, you know, they have one or two things to say. They should have one or two things to say on what happened exactly, right? So they are already saying they are going to invite them. Among them is that if you are invited and you don't show up, right, you will be declared wanted. And in this time of crisis, in this time of, you know, really, really terrible, you know, situation, right, we still have those who kind of, you know, we know them. They represent nothing like a light. They still kind of come around to say, well, you know what, let us embrace this. The young man deserves justice. Do you remember Dildo Senator? Do you? Of course you do. Now, Dildo Senator is still a senator, okay? They now led the Senate Committee on Dildo. No, sorry, Senate Committee on, I don't know his committee. So again, just like that of Obaino, right? Anytime I see this guy, every time I see him, that is the whole scenario that plays in my head. Nigerian senator was beating a married woman inside a sex shop in Abuja. So it just doesn't, it never leaves my head. I'm sorry. But he's actually doing something nice, yeah? So the Dido senator with the Dido committee, I mean, Senate committee on Nigeria, they decided to visit the parent, I mean, the mother of Mohbad. Just give the support and assure that justice will be done. Of course, there should be. I'll show you that one. When they went to see Mohbad's mother. That's him. It is so bad, right? I am so bad in that aspect that I barely remember his name. Is that bad? Eh? Is that a bad thing? I barely remember his name. What is his name again? Senator Abo. That's his name. So they led the Senate Committee on Dildo. Tonto Dike is not a senator, in case if you saw her there. She's part of the delegation. The Senate Committee on this delegation. The Senate Committee delegate. Senate delegation. Whoa, Baba. And it was to assure that you may not hear what they were saying, but it was like, I promise you. We must make sure that justice is done. That is why we are here. Me and my committee people and the rest of us, we are here to assure you, tell you, we are behind you and the rest of that. Senator Abo, they had this for that conversation. Oh no, maybe now acting. Tonto Dike is acting, but at the same time, I can imagine the somber kind of feeling in that room. Baba, you can imagine too. A lot of you are not even close to the house who have been following this. What happened to Mohbad, right? A lot of you probably didn't know him until this happened, and you have been reading this story, and a lot of you are so connected to it to the point that you're like, this is so bad. So imagine. There are people who actually cried every time they follow this, any update on this. It breaks out and it's real. Okay, it's not cloud, it's not chasing clouds. Do you understand? So me personally, I can imagine what it's going to be like inside that room. Like generally. Okay. And the people there are also human. I just don't trust politicians and actors. You wouldn't know if it's real. The Dildo senator dipped his hand in his pocket, brought out a white piece of cloth, handkerchief. So camera is rolling, everybody they hold phone there, Abi. And Tonto Dike, that one she no get handkerchief. you know, this thing no spoil this my makeup. Well, women, I'm sorry, right? I know that doesn't mean that you don't have emotion about. Tonto Dike is an actress. Dido Senator is also an actor. And they lie for a living too. They make believe and all of that. But in this case, let us believe them. The message is that a lot of them are now interested. So I'm beginning to feel like there could be justice after all. Do you understand what I mean? Like, there could be justice after all. When a lot of them now are not just reading about it, they can see it. They can see the impact of the death of that young man. Okay? They killed generations through that guy, by the way. And whatever is meant to be, we will never know. And we will never find out. So, of course, if what he's going to get is the justice for at least those who contributed to what led to his death, manslaughter, anything, just, you know, dish them out and make them transparent and clean. They'll be saying you go just want label one person and everybody could just go after that person, and then the real criminals or the real crime that really happened will be buried. And please tell Sheyi Thiefnubu that if he's going to give any support to this at all, he should, without any shalaye or no shalaye, and the rest of them at all. The real support they should give is to ensure that this is not swept under the carpet. They know themselves. And there has been allegations here and there. To make sure that justice is really done, they shouldn't be pulling strings here and there to get those who, the perpetrators, to get them out of the hook. But we will see, we will know. When things begin to go black or dark, when they begin to play abracadabra with the whole thing, more people are interested now, okay? Which is in itself, right, is a win. I was going to take calls before I go tonight, but I think let's everybody go rest for this with this tonight. And if it happens that Chicago State University will give us what we have been waiting for, of course, tomorrow we'll have a chance of having a proper phone chat. So thank you for being part of it tonight. And I'm going to see you some other time. If you joined us midway, watch this from the start. If you started with me from the start, kudos. Now you need to remember to like the broadcast before you go, okay? Like it, share it, subscribe onto my channel. I am just 13,000 away from 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's not going to take forever if you don't want it to, right? The more the merrier, they say. So good night. Have a wonderful one, okay?
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. MaiyegunDiary Nayibi #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. MaiyegunDiary Nayibi #1. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. MaiyegunDiary Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. MaiyegunDiary Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. MaiyegunDiary Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. MaiyegunDiary Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. MaiyegunDiary Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. MaiyegunDiary Nayibi #1. MaiyegunDiary Politico. MaiyegunDiary Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. MaiyegunDiary Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. MaiyegunDiary Nayibi #1. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. MaiyegunDiary Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Prẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.